Hi and welcome to T10 Info TV SK. My name is Syed and here I am with the world news for Monday, May 8, 2023. Saudi Arabia ranks third in the list of countries with the lowest inflation. According to the Listen website, the inflation rate in Saudi Arabia is 2.7%, while the first place is China, where the inflation rate is 0.7%, and the second place is Switzerland, where this condition is 2.6%. A global organization of the economy has released a report saying that the highest inflation rate is Argentina, where there is a rate of 104%. Turkey is on second place with 43.68% inflation rate. The institution has said that inflation is 5% in the United States, 10.1% in the UK, 8.3% in Italy, and 7.2% in Germany. India's exports may reach $900 billion in the current financial year. Despite the economic difficulties at the global level, India's export can reach $900 billion in the current financial year, which was $770 billion last year. According to the British news agency reporters, Director General of the Federation of Indian Export Organization, Ajay Sahi, said that in the financial year ending March 2024, the export of various things could be $495 to $500 billion, while the export of service could be up to $400. Can Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal appeal to the exporter to look for new market for exporting, keeping in mind in Ukraine war and the global economic crisis? The time ahead is going to be very difficult, he said. Indian Prime Minister Modi has set an export target of $2 trillion by 2030, and for this facilities have been given electronic, engineer and agriculture sector. Due to export of software, mobile, petroleum and agriculture, India's export have increased by $200 billion in the last 2 years. However, exports of engineering jewelry and precious stones have declined in the last few months. Experts said export of agriculture, petroleum and electronic goods remained healthy due to price fluctuation in Western market, while export to Asia and the Middle East increased. Ajay Sai was part of 50-member business delegation to Russia last week and says Indian goods are high in demand due to food embargoes imposed on Russia due to Ukraine war. Indian exporters expect that the two countries will soon come up with a strategy under which they can transaction in local currency. However, Indian officials say that Russia is reluctant to accept Indian currency for oil exports. India did not condemn Russia's attack on Ukraine and instead of resolving the issue through dialogues. Clashes continues in India, Manipur despite army presence. New violence has hit India's remote northeast region, local media reported, despite authorities rushing in troops to restore order after ethnic clashes. Thousands of soldiers were sent to Manipur state after a protest march by a tribal group turned violent on Wednesday. The situation remained tense after another bout of violence on Friday night, hours after the state top police officer warned that rioters had stolen arms and ammunition from police station. Authorities imposed an internet blackout and issued shoot-at-sight orders in extreme cases in an effort to contain the unrest. Hospital margins in the state capital Imphal and Churachandpur district further south had reported a combined total of 54 dead. Kuldeep Singh, security advisor to the Manipur government, told journalists in the state capital Imphal that 18 to 20 deaths have been reported, although we are still verifying whether these deaths took place due to recent violence or related to some other incident. About 100 people were injured and were treated in various hospitals, Singh said, adding more than 500 houses were burned down during the last few days and some vehicles were also set ablaze. Manipur Director General of Police Dungal said orders have been given to take strict action against anyone found involved in act of violence. We have asked the army to stage flag march in violence hit areas and instruct the force to take strength action against anyone involved in violence, Dungal told journalists. The internet blackout has impeded the flow of information from Manipur and details of the latest clashes have remained sparse. Gulf leaders government officials joined international dignitaries in London for coronation of King Charles III. Several leaders and official representatives of Gulf countries were among the estimated 2,000 guests at the coronation of the United Kingdom King Charles III at the Westminster Abbey in London on Saturday. 176 dead, many more missing after Congo floods. The death toll from flash floods and landsliding in eastern Congo has risen to 176 with some 100 people still missing according to a provisional assessment given by the governor and authorities in the country's South Kivu provinces. rivers broke their banks in village in the territory of Kalehi close to the shores of Lake Kivu. Authorities also reported score of people injured. Heavy rain in recent days have brought misery to thousands in East Africa, with parts of Uganda and Kenya also seeing heavy rainfall. Flooding and landslide in Rwanda, which borders Congo, left 129 people dead earlier this week. Future Hospitality Summit in Riyadh set to bring together global investment decision makers and leaders. Global investment decision makers and leaders are set together at the Future Hospitality Summit in Riyadh to exchange knowledge and explore new partnership. The summit will be held at Faisalia Hotel from May 7 to 9. This year conference theme Invest in Change will emphasize the importance of the positive change that can be brought about by investing in time, intellect and experience to keep up with the charging time and trend in order to better influence the hospitality industry future. The 3 days conference will be British business event firm the Bench 6th Industry Conference for the Saudi market. It will highlight how to promote the development of Saudi Arabia's hospitality industry as a vital contributor to the kingdom economic diversification and encourage investment in the tourism industry by showcasing its potential and prospects. Mining and minerals trade discussed by Saudi Industry Minister and Swiss officials. Mineral export and mining development were discussed when Saudi Minister of Industry and Mineral Resource Bandar Al Khurayef met with two leading Swiss officials in Bern. The minister held talk with Swiss State Secretary for Economic Affairs Helen Budliger Artede and chairwoman of the board at Swiss Export Risk Insurance known as SERV Barbara Hughes during his visit to the European country. According to Saudi press agency, there were discussions around enhancing cooperation in the industrial and mining sector and boosting non-oil export between the two countries. The officials also discussed exploring the promising investment opportunities provided by the kingdom, national strategy for industry, and enhancing cooperation between the Saudi Export and Import Bank and SERV. They also discussed solutions required to enhance access to non-oil export between the kingdom and Switzerland, with mineral representing a large percentage of this export. Besides the promising pharmaceutical sector that enjoys strong export potential between the two countries, according to this SPA. The minister's visit to Switzerland comes as the two countries seek stronger economic ties. This was all about today's news bulletin. Ends here for now. Thanks. Keep watching T10 Info TV SK. Subscribe to the channel and get notified for future bulletins.